certain games along the way that define your season, and this certainly will be one of them, a top 5 showdown. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Miami Hurricanes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The Missouri head coach told me before the game, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Canes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lee. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. You reach this portion of the season, and games like this, top 5 showdown, can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, the middle of the season, you kind of get in the lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wear off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right. And if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense, because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles. That was really the thing. His contact balance and his ability to somehow stay on his feet on those outside zone plays were huge for Missouri's offense a year ago, and they're going to be looking to do that again. You better pack a lunch on defense every single time you're playing this guy. No question, we're expecting big things from him this season.
Behind the chains now on second and long. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Let's talk a little bit about Missouri. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it at the 25. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
This quarterback was licking his chops coming into this game. He told us this week he felt like there was some matchups that he could take advantage of against this defense, and he wasted no time. Opening drive of the game, he finds the matchup he likes, and that was an absolute dime.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Run in the red zone, it's Hardy. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Quick completion to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a third down conversion. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Caught. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
You'll take him any way you can get him, man, especially in this area of the field. Third down, ball gets deflected, but they're able to make the catch, and now they've got beautiful field position, looking to score a touchdown to cap this drive off.
On 1st and goal, Missouri will try to strike Pater. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Is there a better way to respond than right there? Like first possession, your defense gives up a touchdown, and the kick return unit creates the excitement and goes right down the field, makes the huge play, and grabs the momentum back in this football game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside, it's Hardy. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. You saw a great example of it with that running back.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. forced out of the pocket. Looking down the left side. He's got it down the field. Completely shot a bolt of energy into this drive. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
Here's Simmons to throw. Hauls it in. Makes the grab in their space. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
I tell you, as a play caller in this offense, when you have all this speed, sometimes you just look at your play sheet and pick a play because you know it's going to work. Big play before, now you got another big one lining you up here, 1st and goal.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw at Simmons. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And they tacked on the extra point. Fielded in the end zone. It's Vaughn. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing, Mensah. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Fletcher. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick release on the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
And the Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Here's Mensah to throw. Here's the pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the 1st down marker.
God, he's annoying to play against. You think about it as a defense, I'm trying to cage you in, trying to keep you in the pocket, and then he's just whoop, 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 spinning all over the place, getting outside the pocket, making plays, and then you got to go chase him again and again and again. Just wears you out.
He makes the grab. Still running at the 40. There he goes. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Canes. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Lee. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That quarterback putting his face in the fan, I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, as a quarterback, you know, if you put the ball anywhere near this guy, anywhere in his vicinity with his catch radius and his athleticism, he's going to be able to snag it. They weren't able to hit him in stride, but he bails his quarterback out with an awesome diving catch.
Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the 1st down. You want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Powers through the defender. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Canes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Mensah rushes on him. Quick completion on the out. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Makes it past the marker. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handout.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Finds a little space. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO. And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Canes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He might want another play. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He slings it deep to the left. And he makes the catch inside the 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. He's looking to throw. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Throwing, Mensa. Touchdown, Miami! The sure hand's in the end zone, and he has 6.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Conner.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with South Alabama taking on the Arkansas State Red Wolves. And it's the Jaguars, able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
That gets them back above 500. They're now 3-2 on the season. Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Sun Belt.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Find some fresh air. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to the well. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Back has it. And nothing doing on the ground. This defense having none of it and stopping him on 4th down.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuffed, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. They'll give it to Hardy. Might have a chance. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Finds his man. It's Lee. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Simmons. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Mensah to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fletcher. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Wingo. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Fletcher. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. And after that play, there is a Tiger who has yet to get up. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Mensah makes a catch. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. 3rd down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first down.
Looking for a gap. It's Fletcher. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? The run inside. It's Fletcher. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. No thought of trying to kick the 46-yarder. They'll go for it. Tight end now in motion. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the art.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Hurricane! And that one will put him up here in the second half. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wide receiver comes in motion. Throwing Simmons. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Lee. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole, quarterback, good timing, waiting on it. Nice strike.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's a give to Hardy. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So first down will open up the final period. The give to Hardy. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield. It's Terry. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than quarterback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. A quick break in the action here as they tend to the injured Hurricane. That's the senior safety being evaluated by medical personnel. Holly will let us know what's going on with him. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets the back moving. Here's Simmons to throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hardy. Got enough space. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. The Tigers are back on top.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Here comes the offense on second down. In the backfield, it's Jacobs. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Quick release by the QB. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Past the 45. There's some room. Touchdown, Canes! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Hurricanes back on top. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a scintillating 57-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Lee. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. Just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
On first down, it's Hardy again. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Simmons. Tight end finds a soft spot. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. From the gun, give to Hardy.
Yeah, that 2-minute drill, man, you're searching for those first downs. You got to find them. Sometimes it's a run, sometimes it's a screen. Whatever it is, they choose to run the football here. Still time, but we're still in that hurry-up situation.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Simmons. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here here late in the fourth.
And the defense finally gets home. They get their first sack of the day. This is a defense, they can pressure the quarterback. This is not normal. Last week they had 5 sacks, so you're used to this defense getting after quarterbacks.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. From the gun on third down, Simmons. Looking down the middle. Complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Trailing by a touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. 4th down, Simmons throws to the wideout. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Looking long. Grabs it. And as they come to the line, they have the lead and they have the clock on their side. 1st and goal. Working that left side now. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the Sunday.
That's an impressive touchdown there, considering the plays this defense, particularly the secondary, has already made against him. And we knew this quarterback was going to come into this one, David, and be aggressive. There aren't many people who really scare him, and the defense has made him pay. A couple bad decisions, a couple great plays on the back end, one-on-one. But this guy's still taking his shots. He's not backing down. He's got his offense back on the board.
I think that's the most impressive part. He made some mistakes, and a lot of times you see people that they go in a shell, right? They make mistakes. They can't rebound. They can't find the answers to continue to keep making plays. Make the next play. Make the next play. Now down the stretch to give your team the lead, man. So impressed with the way he's handled adversity and bounced back from some mistakes.